3,000 San Diego-based companies are manufacturers. They employ more than 94,000 workers, and that's just a few of the details from a new report by National University System Institute for Policy Research. My guest, Kelly Cunningham, led the study. Also with us, Mary Walshak, Dean of UC San Diego Extension. Welcome to Evening Edition.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Kelly, what kinds of companies make up San Diego's manufacturing sector?
We have a huge variety of and diversity of companies. It's everything from the drones, the UAV manufacturing, which are Northrop Grumman and General Atomics Aeronautical, NASCO shipbuilding, but everything to craft breweries, golf club equipment, also electronics and computers. Sony is a big company here too, and so it's a huge variety, a diversity of companies.
And I understand electronics and computers is a major portion of the manufacturing that goes on here, or parts for computers. How much does this manufacturing sector actually contribute to the local economy?
It's about 9% of our GDP, which that's about $17 billion. And then if you add in some other factors, the multiplier effects and the processes that go into the products or things that go into it, it can be almost double that. So almost 18–20% of our economy.
Well, I understand that your report also found that about 94,000 workers are employed in what would be considered a manufacturing business,
right,
and they earn between $75,000 and $105,000 a year on average. What type of training or education is required for these types of manufacturing jobs?
Well, it really depends on the sector. Some are very high skilled. The engineering, computer degrees are required for those. Some are the other, what we traditionally would think of as manufacturing, kind of a hands-on, being able to physically manufacture or produce, make things. So it depends on the sector.
And let me ask Mary about that, because these jobs do not sound like the typical blue-collared jobs that you might be thinking of when you think of manufacturing. You've done a lot of research on this as well. How is San Diego's manufacturing sector unique?
Well, I think it contrasts a great deal. Kelly and I were talking about this with the Midwest and the East Coast, where you still have a lot of large assembly line companies.
In the Midwest.
In the Midwest and on the East Coast. But here you have a network. Basically, we're moving from an assembly line model to a networked model of suppliers and producers and small companies. I think close to 80% of these manufacturing workers work in companies that employ 20 people or less. And so it's a very, very different organization, and it tends to be clean work. It's white collar work. It may not necessarily be a college grad, because there are a lot of entry level and technical jobs, but it's not the old dirty work we associate with manufacturing.
This brings me to my next question for you. Are local schools and colleges prepared to train or educate workers needed for these types of manufacturing jobs?
Well, the research that we've done complements Kelly's. We talked with a lot of employers, and we looked at facilities and equipment and teaching programs. And there's a big gap, because we don't have the kinds of equipment, instructors, and curriculum that many of these firms need, even for college graduates. What we're hearing is that an engineer who has not had project-based learning in his or her undergraduate career is not work ready. And so there's a lot of additional training at the work site or for the work site. And programs like University Extension offer all sorts of certificate programs to help college grads or community college grads bridge to the workplace.
To get on that. Now, Kelly, your study also showed that even though we're talking about a whole lot of workers here and the impact on the economy, that actually the number of manufacturing jobs here in our region has not recovered from the recession. What do you think it would take to get that recovery back up to the same numbers?
Well, what the data shows us is that production value, what we're producing is actually, the value of that is up. It's increased. It increased over the past decade and even during the recession. But employment declined somewhat. It started to come up a little bit, but it's still lower than it was. What that means is we're producing more goods with fewer people, and we're producing more high value added goods. So if we're going to increase those types of jobs, we need more technical skills, engineers particularly, that there seems to be a shortage of that, and computer skills. And those are jobs that are higher paying too, and it's a matter of increasing those types of opportunities in San Diego, and our market is the rest of the world, essentially.
But there also are good jobs that don't officially qualify as manufacturing jobs that fall in the production. So installation, maintenance, and repair jobs. You know, as we get more environmentally conscious, we're going to retrofit a lot of buildings. You know, those are production jobs, those are maintenance, those are repair jobs that are good jobs. Not exactly manufacturing, but they're opportunities for high school grads and community college grads.
Absolutely. Well, I need to stop it here because we have so much more on our website. We could talk about this for days. So Kelly Cunningham and Mary Walshnick, thank you very much. And I want to let folks know that they can also, on Friday, tomorrow, October 3rd, a group of about 20 local manufacturing companies are holding open houses for public tours. For more information and to learn how you can sign up for one of those tours, go to our website, kpbs.org.